Enter level here. Welcome back to Let's Play Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link. Alright, we're going to head into Parapa Palace. With the elevator, and I have no idea. I mean, you push down to make it go, but I have no idea how Link's actually doing it. There doesn't seem to be a pulley system, it just seems to be floating there. But, I mean, I guess it's magic, right? We're in Hyrule. Alright, a couple of bots. Now, these things, I haven't mentioned, I don't like them at all, because they'll suddenly jump at you. You think, you know, they kind of, yeah, see, like that, with no apparent warning. Sometimes they'll jiggle, and that'll tell you what's coming up. But, you know, alright, something Link has learned here is, see how I'm stabbing and he's keeping his shield up? You may remember in the first Zelda, whenever Link would stab, he would push his, alright, again, a magic level. So this will put me to magic level 2 and refill all my magic. Beautiful. You may remember that, in the original Legend of Zelda, when Link would swing his sword, he'd move his shield to the side. Now you can see he keeps his shield up, no matter whether he's stabbing low or high. He keeps his shield up, so that's important to know, and it's a huge improvement. Link's learned a little bit about sword fighting and keeping himself alive. Alright, so you saw I grabbed a key. You have to stab the keys to pick them up. You can't just walk over them. Okay. These guys, I forget what their names are. All I know is they hit you, you'll lose some health, and you'll also drain 10 experience points, which sucks, especially early on in the game like this. So try to keep your eye on them. They move in 2 speeds, kind of a simple little... Alright, I don't know what happened. I hit the B button to swing, and I just lost all my experience points. So, those are bubbles. Don't fight them right now. It would take you over 100 hits to kill them at your current sword, my current sword level. So I just demonstrated you losing the experience and the health. So, anyway. I actually think I had less than 10, so if there was ever a time to lose my experience, it would have been that time. Anyway. So I'm going to skip that elevator for now. These are Stalfos. You remember Stalfos from the first Legend of Zelda? These don't fire their swords at me, but their swords will still hurt. So, take the bot out quickly. The Stalfos, just be aggressive. And that's a pretty good rule of thumb for Zelda 2. There are a lot of enemies where you should just really be aggressive. And just go at them. There we go. Oh, there we go. I don't want to take any more hits from these guys from being... I don't know, it is a 25-year-old... Alright. It is a 25-year-old controller. So, there may be a little unresponsiveness. But, I'm doing you know, I just have to live with it. But if anything ever goes wrong, it's the controller. It's totally not me. Alright, this guy... Oh, this guy's... I don't know, but I'm going to stab him really quickly. There we go. And you may have seen me at the opening of the palace try to stab the statue there. Well, sometimes when you stab them, they'll drop a red potion. But that's not the only thing they can drop. Although that one, I think, only drops red potions. They can also produce... the ones at the beginning of the palaces can also produce a red iron knuckle. We haven't fought an iron knuckle yet, but you'll probably see that when it happens. Now, only the first palace and the 5th palace, at the entrance, the statues don't produce anything. And I think I know why. Well, the first palace, I kind of understand, because the first palace, you only have one spell anyway, so you don't really need to refill your magic. But I think I understand why it does it at the 5th palace too, and I'll try to remember to address that when we get there. So basically, the palace is just... Oh boy. It's just this labyrinth. Now those bubbles, when they hit you, they take off your life, but they also take off some of your magic, so... I don't need a whole lot of magic, but... I do need enough. Alright, this is kind of a... pain, because there's a lot of these bubbles here. And you can't... There we go. Oh, there we go. That was the best of all worlds. That guy, he's fast, he hit me. Wasn't really a whole lot I was going to be able to do about it. And there we go. I managed to only get hit once, which isn't bad. Alright, I'm gonna wait for these guys to come to me. Because, like, they can jump like that, and sometimes they'll twitch like that, and you'll know that, and that'll mean the jump's coming, but sometimes it doesn't. There we go. See, he didn't twitch before he jumped, he just kind of jumped. Alright, now my life will go up. I'm gonna take that. Good. And up. quick here. Grab the treasure bag, point bag, treasure bag, whatever. Alright. Let's see if I can wait till he jumps, then maybe go attack him. Jump. Oh! Oh, see? He jumped twice in a row. Alright, I'm just gonna let him go now. I gotta come back that way anyway, and bots always respawn very quickly. Put my shield up. I'm still at sword level 1, so it's gonna take a bit of fighting to get through these guys. And there's no wall to back him up against this time. To kind of put his, kind of put him at a disadvantage. Now this guy's gonna drop either a magic container or a point back. He always drops one of those. Now that was good, because I don't really need the magic, and the attack is nice. Good. Now this is an Iron Knuckle. Now I'm going to show you how to fight him to stand away, and then in the future I'm going to fight Iron Knuckles a little different. Now just watch his sword. Just make sure you put your shield in front of his sword. Whether it goes high or low, just make sure that's where your shield is. And you can keep it, like I said, you can keep attacking. Link's learned to shoot over his shield, and there he goes. He goes down. There's an easier way to fight them, and in the future that's how I'm going to fight them the easier way. Unless I don't have a choice. Sometimes you don't have a choice. But on the next Iron Knuckle, I'll show you how to fight him a little better. Now, we just gained 2 quick levels, life level 3 and magic and sword level 2, which is good. Now, see, let's get him down. Now, even at sword level 2, it takes me 2 hits to take down these bots. So I'm just gonna try to learn. I just don't want to lose any health to these things if I can avoid it, so I'm being a little extra cautious. Although I'm already at life level 3, which is kind of nice. It'd be nice if I could squeeze out another 200 points before I finish Palace, which I think is going to be very doable. We'll see. Oh, he jumped there and I was expecting it. Unfortunately, got him. Yeah, I know, it seems a little weird that I'd be worried about such a weak enemy, but they can leap at you a couple times. So if you can stab these things, you can walk right through them. That's what I was trying to do there, but I mistimed it. Not a big deal. I don't... Well, actually, I technically do need a little more magic than I have, but chances are I'll get something before, I need the magic. So I should be fine. Now, you can see when I got the candle, see on the bottom it put it into my inventory. So I've got the shield spell, 2 extra lives, another key for the palace, and the 6 crystals, because I haven't placed any of them yet. Alright, oh, see, now, if you do a jump attack, for some reason, it kind of confuses the AI, and you can basically go right through his defense. And that's the best way to fight those guys. I recommend fighting them that way. Alright. I should be fine. Yeah, I'm going to be fine on points. I'm not going to use a shield spell because, well, I can't. I don't have enough magic. Stab him, use it. Now, when you use keys, you're temporarily frozen, so try to time it so that you're not going to be attacked while you're doing it. Now, I've got an extra sword level, so it shouldn't take quite as many hits as last time. There we go, got it. Now, I'm fine on experience, even if I had a little... Ooh, okay, that was careless. There we go, you see... Oh, there we go, and there's my red magic container. He could have also dropped a point bag, for 200 instead, but that's fine because I'm going to get 50 from the boss, and that's going to get me to the next level. And it's important that you want to get to the next level before placing the crystal, and that'll become obvious when I do. That's his horse head. Stab him in the head. That's pretty much the only part of his body that isn't armored. You want to avoid that mace if you can. You can see his life. The nice thing about him is his life is shown on the left of the screen. So you at least kind of know where you are with bosses, so that's kind of nice. And that is the fact with all bosses. Oh, he hit me, and that hurts. And, alright, so not a flawless win. Although I'm not sure why I missed him. Alright. Yes, I'll increase my magic. And a key drops. Now, interesting thing. You can't leave until you pick up the key. Now, there's nothing stopping you. There's no walls, but you can't move. So you got the key, and there you go. You can progress. You can get through the final door. And place the crystal. This will refill my health and magic, although my magic is already full. And magic was full because I just gained the magic level, and now I gain a life level. So Whenever you place a crystal, you will gain an experience level no matter how many points you need to gain it. So that's very good. That's why I was really glad I had enough points to gain the level from defeating the boss. Now you'll notice with the candle, yeah, it's not dark in here anymore, so that's not going to be a problem. This is the only cave you have to go through in the darkness. Although I've seen people do speed runs of Zelda 2, and they'll skip the candle just for the time, because I guess they know the levels very well, they know the game very well, they can get away with it. I apologize for the coughing on these couple videos. I've had a little bit of a cold. I'm having trouble shaking. Alright. There we go. Alright, we can now get those guys in one shot, so I guess that's something. Now these guys, you want to wait till they fire, and then jump. Because you don't want to get caught with one of those projectiles while you're going over the lava, because lava is just as deadly as water. And it wouldn't matter if Link could swim if you went into the lava, so... Oh, I don't know why I crouched there. Alright, cool, a little statuette. Nice. This is a cave in Tantari Desert. Yeah, I don't know why I crouched there. I was going to block that guy's boomerang, and then I crouched and failed to block it. So I'm just going to go underneath that guy. Those guys, just like the bots, always respawn. So if you want to keep fighting them to get... Sometimes the weak enemies, if you can keep fighting them to get magic containers, that could work out for you if you're low on magic. Every 6th one will drop one. Oops. Alright, now before moving on to the next town, which is west, remember someone told us to go west once we got the candle? Right. Now I don't have my flying sword here. There we go. Alright, you know what? Experience isn't worth it. For those spider things. There you go. Take down a bit. Take down this guy. Down that guy. And move on. Oh yeah, there's a little cave here. Now you could have come here right away, but without the candle you wouldn't be able to see. But you can't come here without the candle. I mean, the enemies here aren't hard. I think these things that crawl on the floor are called loaders or louders or something. The little Octoroks. And there you go, magic container completely filled me up. So let's keep moving. Alright, let's head over to the next town. See, you kind of jumped at an inopportune time, and got me. It doesn't really matter. I'm relatively safe. This is me. Now, when you get encountered on the road, and I think this happened earlier, enemies encounter you on the road, they won't fight you. You're safe on the road, so it's a technique you can use. Okay. Town of Ruto. Alright, this is a good place to end the video here. Next on our to-do list is we're going to go through the town of Ruto, talk to the townspeople, and see if they can give us some clues as to what to do next on our adventure. This is Ensign Level, and if there's next time, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.